Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Black Clover episode 19. We are cruising through this show, sort of. One episode a week. I know it's, since I think they release one episode a week, I'm probably not even catching up unless they have delays and stuff, but, um, I've done two, like, I think 1 or 2 weeks too, so either way. Yeah, last episode, we're in the middle of this awesome, little arc where they went into the dungeon, and these fights have been incredible, but it's also been so much of, Asta just showing off and, like, being a badass, he's been carrying the weight of two teams here, right now, taking on this Diamond Mage, Mars. Yeah, I can't believe I remembered his name. I almost forgot it there. I almost didn't have it, but yeah, like the fights between Mars has been great. I mean, last we saw, he got his new sword, which I wasn't completely sure if the effects of the new sword were the same with, like, is it his grimoire that gives whatever weapon he's using the ability to like nullify magic, or what was special about this sword? We know it absorbed some of Noel's magic, right? And it was able to throw a magic attack at the guy. So that was pretty cool. But was it still able to nullify magic when he was, like, slicing through stuff, or was he just cutting through it, and, like, shattering it rather than nullifying it, if that makes sense? Maybe we'll get an explanation this episode, but it did send the guy flying. There was one scene I noticed when I went back and was, like, looking at a few things, that he was, like, the golem he was in or whatever was all, like, crumbled on the floor. So he might be defeated now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got back up again knowing this show. So, yeah, guys, let's jump into it and see if this dude gets back up again. Alrighty. So, like usual, I do timer-based reactions, so you guys need your own footage to sync with me. I will have a timer in the corner for you guys, a little bit of footage to sync to, and I'll do a countdown. So, let's get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Alright. Ba, 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 ba. The typical opening. I'm gonna have a sip of water. Although I should probably just wait for the opening to do this, but it's fine. No big deal. He was called the Wizard King. Okay, a little bit of recap. Asta. Oh yeah, Asta got stabbed through the stomach too, so I don't think Asta's gonna be fighting anymore. I completely forgot to mention that. I apologize. Imagine if Asta gets up from that cut in his stomach and keeps fighting, though. That'd be ridiculous. Yeah. Noelle managed to give some of her magic. Oh, that looks so cool when it's buffed up like that. I love it. It's like crazy how he's holding it. I guess he didn't do that. I guess he was holding it like, I don't know. I don't really get it, but I did it. Yeah. Not good. I was so worried he was gonna fall on it right there, too. And the opening now. Do 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 do. I wonder... I think we've seen almost everything in this opening now. Which means either we're going to get a new opening soon, or we're at least just not going to have spoilers. I probably shouldn't analyze it, but I'm kind of curious. Because we saw the king, we saw that statue thing and the ominous of what that means. Seen the giant sword be cut by Asta. Yeah, we still haven't seen, like, everything. But I think a lot of this is just symbolism here. Yeah, that green fairy thing that looks like it could be, like, healing stuff. I wonder if that's what's gonna save, because we saw Yuno get a new spell, I think, from that scroll. I wonder if that's what that's gonna be, actually. I didn't think about that last episode. I messed up. Okay. Noelle's good enough for her to leave. I didn't think that was gonna be a thing. He seems out of it. Oh, even close. Uh-oh. Is it gonna be Mars that helps him, is it? I don't think so. So why did she try to kill him? From that last visual we saw before. His pupil's back. She loves saying his name. She said his name with like almost every sentence she said, I feel like. Oh. I know it goes wrong though. That's like wholesome right there in itself, but oh, kill each other. They had to. Wow. That's terrible. Fuck this kingdom. Damn. Jesus. It was. Oh, jeez. So she does the fire. It's like he took some of her power or something when she died. Damn, that sucks. They mentioned his book being stitched together a little bit. Did he somehow combine her grimoire with his, maybe? And that's how he has two parts of magic? Yeah, interesting. Yup. Wow. Okay, so Mars didn't do it. The people that raised him like this did it. But he's still up and running. Shit. Yep. Okay, maybe does something? Does Asta get up again? What's gonna happen? Big ol' sword again. Mmm. You know? Oh. What about the new one? The new one! Oh. What? What? Time stopped? Or slowed? Stuff is still moving. Debris is still moving. Just very slowed. But the sword doesn't seem to be moving. The fairy thing from the opening. Alright, let's learn what this is. Some kind of healing? Oh. Just destroyed the sword that easily. What? Holy crap! What? What? Jesus! It happened so quick, I didn't even, have time to react either. Ugh. Close. So now Yuno has this, they showed us how strong Asta can be, and now Yuno has this powerful stuff. Oh. Oh, the new sword went in. Oh. He's got freaky characters, too. Oh. The dungeon's collapsing. Shit. Hopefully they healed Asta enough to get out. Jeez, can just carry everyone on that, huh? Okay. Damn, Luck was able to carry that jacked man so easily. Damn. Save the enemy. Damn, Asta. Luck. Oh, well, that's not good. Damn. So I just had to get out. Is Luck helping clear some of... Oh, nice. Yeah, Luck can use his lightning to find stuff. That's right. Oh, not good. Nice, Klaus. Oh, and Luck. Cool. Oh, that shaking hurts my eyes a little bit. Nice. Damn, she got healed enough to still do some magic. I thought she was going to be down for the count for the rest of this. Alright, just throwing everything you got to try to get out. Oh, nice. Shit, man, this dungeon's huge. Well, I was wondering what was going to happen with all that treasure. Like, do they get it all or what? But it's all buried now. After all that, they managed to get buried under some still. Okay, they're good. I guess that was just like the exit they were creating to get out. They got some of the treasure. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, they saved him too. Damn. Oh, that's such a messed up thing. It kind of reminds me of Zabuza, except a little different. Considering Zabuza chose to do everything, these people were kind of forced to. Oh. Oh, we're getting a little more. Okay. Shit, she's still alive a little bit. Healed his wounds. Aw. Damn. So essentially, she did it so he would kill her and be free, I think. Just a flying car. Hmm. Well, does that mean their mission was essentially a fail for Aston, and the rest? Oh, did he forget that last bit before? Hmm. I wonder if they'll be back as good guys helping out during some like crisis or something someday. I feel like there can be a good side to these guys. Asta. Mimosa did work here. Aw. Not until I become the Wizard King. uh, Noel, what? Ooh, Klaus. Oh. Aw, Klaus. He came around. Ah, that's so wholesome. I love it. I did not expect that. Lord Four Eyes hurts. uh, no. That noise. What? Klaus? Oh god, don't jump on him. Oh, he died. That was just a ridiculous little scene. Alright. Oh, already? What? That was a fast episode. Holy crap. Man. That was good, though. I loved it. Do 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 do. Yeah, like I definitely think there's room for the possibility that Mars and those other like that other Diamond Mage. I didn't catch his name. I think they might have said it there at the very end, when Mars was saying thanks. But I definitely think there's room for them to come back, and I think they specifically showed us that scene where Mars kind of like remembered a little more about Fauna, that he might end up being a bit better of a person, maybe, you know, and maybe in some kind of crisis where we need like a large group of people to come together to fight something like truly evil or something, they might show up or something, you know. I don't know. And then even like the guy that does like the smoke, he was always like, "Oh, I'm here on a mission. I'm just gonna do this." He didn't seem like evil. He just seemed like he was doing his job. You know. All right, that is the end of episode 19, guys. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, So I definitely see room for those guys to come back as reoccurring characters in some kind of battle. You know, a lot of these long running shows like to establish, you know, characters that can kind of like, in a sense, guest star in the show every now and then. So I imagine we'll see that in, you know, maybe not as antagonists, you know, but yeah, overall in this whole arc, now that we're pretty much done with the whole dungeon thing, we might have like a, I'm sure next episode's going to be kind of like aftermath, maybe like talking about the results and stuff, but Asta put in work. Granted, he didn't completely beat the guy, but he basically paved the way for Yuno to come in and finish the guy off. Not to like lower what Yuno did, because Yuno's attack was insane. I imagine that's not something he can do all the time, or that's going to be ridiculously overpowered, you know? But I guess we'll see. We're gonna have to learn more about that as time goes. Maybe eventually he'll be able to communicate with it. This time he just kind of looked at it and like I don't even know if he said anything, and it just did a little breath. But maybe next time he'll be able to talk to it or something as he gains more control of the power and learn what it is, you know. Uh, and it had like that fancy text on it too that I don't think he was able to read. And then also Asta got the new sword, which went into his grimoire, and some of that text appeared on the dirty pages of the grimoire. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna learn more about what that text is and what these, you know, new abilities are capable of, the sword and Yuno's little fairy thing. So that's really cool. I look forward to that. Now, I mentioned it during the reaction, but I didn't want to go into too in depth. Did they fail this mission essentially then? Because they came here to secure the treasure before the Diamond Kingdom got it, right? And the diamond, not only did they not recover any of the treasure, the Diamond Kingdom got away with some of the treasure. So I think they technically failed this mission. So it's going to be interesting to see what, you know, like this kind of mission seems like the golden star kind of deal, you know. It seems like something that if they considered what they did to be a good job, they'd get a golden star, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Wizard King thought of this if we get to see him. I hope we do, because he's the one that kind of orchestrated this mission. He put these two groups together in order to go after this because he thought, you know, either he thought they'd work good together or he was just interested in these two Asta and Yuno. Um, but I'm really curious as to whether he thinks of this mission as a success or a failure in the end, and how much does he know? Like, our main group has no idea that the Diamond Kingdom got their hands on some of the treasure and got out, you know? So now, I imagine that they have other means. You know, we've seen the like portal effect that opens up by the king and then that guy talks to him. I imagine they have other people with magic capable of observing the situation, and maybe they know, you know, maybe the king knows that they got away with some of the items and stuff like that, whereas Asta and Yuna's group didn't get any, you know. But yeah, well, we'll have to see. I really hope we do see, though. I really want at least a quick scene with the king being like, "Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's pretty much what I expected," you know, because he seems like the kind of guy that's like he knew about the disturbance of the dungeon appearing before the guy even told him about it and stuff. So I feel like the king is a lot more wise than he like leads on and acts, you know. So I really look forward to more stuff with him. But yeah, I imagine we're gonna be going back to like Yuno is gonna be going back with the Golden Dawn. We're gonna see Asta go back with the Black Bulls and probably have some antics back there at the house while they like recover and goof off and have kind of like an aftermath sort of thing. But I don't know where we're gonna go from here. I don't know if we're gonna further that arc we had before where like this guy was being awakened, you know, and the Black Bulls have one of those like crystals that they need. I don't know if that's gonna get furthered or if we're just gonna like go into some other stuff. I don't know, but I really do look forward to it. I really enjoyed this little arc, especially the fighting with Asta towards the end was fantastic. I just I just loved the jacked shot of Asta just being like standing up and being badass after taking like a real big hit, and everyone gets to see like his muscle tone and how much work he put into it, you know? Because like I'm sure we're gonna meet other jacked mages. We already met Yami, you know, who is definitely one. But I imagine it's not too often that we're gonna have mages that are jacked like that, just because I'm sure a lot of mages focus on their magic and not their bodies, you know, because it doesn't seem like you need much physical capabilities to be a mage other than in situations where your magic isn't strong enough to handle, you know, and then you could use it. But with Asta not having any magic and focusing purely on his body and stuff like that, it's gonna show in some situations, you know. But yeah. Anyways, fantastic episode. Honestly, it's kind of a short discussion, but I'm not sure what else to say regarding. I guess we could talk about Mars's backstory a bit. I didn't really mention that at all. The pieces were right in front of me, but I didn't really consider it until I saw Fauna's power, you know? When it showed her doing the fire stuff, that's when it dawned on me, and it like all the puzzle pieces aligned in my head, and I was like, oh, you know, back when they showed the fire, and in the last episode they mentioned how his grimoire was like stitched together. I think Klaus had one little line, and I just kind of like brushed it off and didn't talk about it at all. Now that makes sense. They somehow manipulated the grimoires to combine them both, I believe, and which somehow gave Mars the ability of Fauna and himself in one. So that's kind of crazy that the Diamond Kingdom's able to do that. So they're kind of manipulating this stuff like that. It doesn't seem like the Clover Kingdom is doing, you know. And I wonder if that's going to come back as something in the future where the Diamond Kingdom has created some kind of like atrocity or something. You know, they're basically like Frankensteining stuff together and all that. But as for the backstory, the whole like training these guys to be extremely strong, and then they all have to kill each other until one remains because they just want the strongest. Isn't that a little like detrimental? Like you train all of these kids, you put in all that work only to have one soldier come out of it that can be beaten by Asta with no magic, or not completely beaten. I know helped in the end, but Asta put up a hell of a fight. Like, you'd think they'd be better off with just an army of these, like, pretty strong kids, like, and just keep training them as they grow up and stuff like that. But I guess they want to get them accustomed to killing, so they make them kill each other until they're the strongest. We've seen that kind of thing before. Like I said, it's a little bit similar to Zabuza, except Zabuza went in and like wasn't even like part of the class and killed all of them. He wasn't ordered to or anything. He just did it because he was crazy. Unless there's more to that story that I forgot about, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went. But yeah, so it's not exactly the same, but it's still an example of like one guy slaughtering a whole class of like potential people. But I think there was still the rule where you had to kill one of the other classmates, so like essentially like half the class would pass. It wouldn't be like you had to kill all of them, Um, so I think that was still a rule in like the Blood Mist Village or whatever from Naruto, but either way, it's a little similar. I think there's been other instances of like, I can't think of the shows, but I think there've been other shows where like characters are in a class and then they have to like fight to the last one, but I don't get it. I would just train up a whole army of relatively strong people, even if you think the person would become a little bit stronger by killing everybody in the class. I think I'd just rather have an army, personally. But oh well, that's what they decided to do. So, but yeah, Fauna ended up going after Mars because she knew that Mars would never be able to kill her. And so she kind of just let herself die in order for Mars to be free and be out there and live and see the world and stuff. So, I mean, I was wondering why she went after him like that. And at first I thought maybe she was like two-timing him the whole time. But then when we started to hear, the teachers or whoever was overseeing this be like, you have to kill each other, then I realized what was most likely happening, which is what did happen, which was that, Fauna kind of gave herself up so Mars could live. So it was touching and it was cool. I feel bad for Mars. It was kind of, since in the previous episode we kind of saw the result of their relationship, it made it like harder to watch and be like, because some of it felt like wholesome, like it felt like it should be wholesome. The relationship between Mars and Fauna, and how he's gonna wait for her and they're gonna see the world together. But I already know it goes bad, so it's like you're just waiting for the inevitable at this point, and I think that's what really made it unsettling for that. But yeah, he now remembers that little bit, and like I said during the outro, now that he remembers like the whole story and knows that she kind of gave herself so he could like live and experience the world, he seems to have lightened up a bit, and I imagine will come back as a, you know, somewhat good guy in the future, I hope. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I think that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get access to, well, not access, sorry. If you want to see updates in your news feed and everything for my new releases and all that, check that out. Also, check out my Patreon, link is in the description. You can see the next episode right now on there. You can also see my Patreon shows on there as well. I'm watching through Soul Eater and Violet Evergarden. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye!